Okay, so it's my presentation. My idea, what my idea was first, was about a woman who husband died of cancer, and she kind of struggles to get over it and get better. And she ends up finding some letters from her husband, and with the support of also her best friend, she kind of gets over it. So that point in the trailer is kind of beginning to kind of shows her before and after how she gets better. And I decided this idea because I thought it was possible, because of where some ideas I can come up with, like amazing different, but if it's not areas I can actually do it or actually possible to do in the time I have, it wouldn't have worked. Because I had characters to play. I had a woman who was outside of college, was more than happy to play the main character in it, and she said I can use her 2 children if I needed to or wanted to in part of my work. And I had another woman who didn't mind playing the role of a friend, so it was plenty possible to do. I had permission to film at her house. That was easy to get to when I had that. And it was quite easy to get permission to film at the park that I wanted to. So that was simple. And to take it through kind of now, I kind of want to change my idea a bit, because like throughout this whole course I've like had ways of making it better or different that I like more. But so my big influence for this project was P.S. I Love You, because of it's heavily inspired by the actor, and the husband dies of cancer, and she receives a note every day of the year he's been gone to do something different and crazy. And it's kind of more the storyline that got it from that. But my one's kind of based more around family rather than trying to be out and be herself. It's more based around trying to deal with her family and pick up the pieces of how she has left. I did some research for this project and it helped a lot of my idea. I did a questionnaire that helped get us a lot of ideas, got different feedback from it, and different ways to improve my idea and what they thought. My focus group gave me more in-depth feedback, and I learned what my target audience liked about different trailers from the drama genre. I also did research on camera angles and camera movements, so I can try and find the best angle to work with things to kind of make it flow better and kind of keep the people's interest. And also did research on lighting, because lighting is a huge part of filming and affects pretty much all of it for it. My planning for productions didn't help me as much as I would have liked, because throughout filming there was either days I couldn't film, people couldn't film, had to change things, had to cancel some things because they weren't able to do stuff. So it wouldn't help me as much as I liked it was. In most parts I had to try and improvise, to try and work around the problems I faced and to try and improve and adapt it. I faced a lot of issues throughout this pretty much whole unit. The first I had to keep changing the dates because at different times because of they weren't able to film, had other things come up like work, so they weren't able to go for the date I wanted. And when I got to the filming stage and got everything filmed, I ended up losing it all, so I had to refilm everything again. And when I refilmed, one person wasn't able to be there, so I had to try and work around that and find someone to replace her. When I got to everything, I wasn't able to get the park scenes because by the time I needed to film, they were busy, couldn't do it, had other things coming up that were very important and couldn't do anything about them. So I had to try and work around everything I have and continue with what is and make the best out of everything. My audio continuously keeps corrupting, replacing with the wrong audio, so I have to constantly keep changing that to improve it and make it better because there's another way around that. And I've dealt with these issues pretty much. I had to refilm everything when I'd done on a different date, so I had to work forward from that. I had to find someone to quickly replace the person. Lucky my mum didn't mind filling in for it. And when I was editing, I had to try and work around the audio and keep replacing it, and had to try and work around with the scenes to make my trailer how it is. My current state of the project, I'm pretty much almost finishing with my editing altogether. I have only one quarter left to finish. It's pretty much just changing all the audio around the end of it, because it's just trying to make it work better. I have to improvise a lot of my work, so it's taken me longer than I would have liked because I didn't have a set storyboard to follow, a set shot list, because I had to keep changing things to adapt it. I'm happy with work. I'm not saying I'm the happiest with it because it didn't follow everything I wanted. I had to change some bits, get rid of some bits. It wasn't really filmed to how I would have liked. So if I had to start with this project again, I would have done it a lot differently, changed a lot of things from it. So like I said, I missed some scenes that I wanted, so I couldn't edit the trailer how I would have liked. And I've left to complete, as I said, my editing, my evaluation, and make sure everything's on my Mahara page, so everything's put together. And for my exports, my first export, this is what I pretty much did for it.
This wasn't how my life was supposed to go. We were happy. Life was perfect. 37 years old and my husband is dead. Taken by cancer.
Point kind of almost where I was still editing it after my first export. I did all this out so I can try and see how it exported out, because sometimes the layout changes or things come like differently.
This wasn't how my life was supposed
to. The second one, I kind of changed the beginning around a bit.
This wasn't how my life was supposed to go. We were happy. Life was perfect.
Pretty much most of it was the same until that midpoint where I started to kind of change around here a bit. So by the time I got to the third one, I've got...
This wasn't how...
This one didn't change as much, it mostly changed kind of the ending where I made a title sequence and everything for it. I've still got some more to add to the title sequence of it, and I was going to kind of try to add more design to the actual thing. That was just the basic layout I worked with.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the end.
Okay. The bit at the beginning, where you seem to have a conversation, but you're doing it via titles.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Well, the idea I came for it kind of was I was going to do it like a normal black screen kind of with it, where it had like the words coming out and kind of like I was going to have the whole audio with kind of like the text kind of audio where it's like typed out and things. But I just kind of do it as a basic at the bottom bit, because it kind of, I thought it kind of added more to the thing of it, and rather than just having loads and loads of captions, it's kind of went with the shots and kind of the expressions of it. And that's...
Have you ever seen that before, that convention?
Some things I have seen it before. I can't think of one that came to the name of it though, but I have seen it once before in a trailer kind of thing I've seen, but...
Yeah, I'm not quite sure that works.
Okay.
Because it's either a conversation between two people, or it's not. And I think to have those like two sort of stills with the text, how are you? I'm fine.
I did have audio with that, but the audio ended up going corrupted. I was trying to work with that still, but...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just not quite sure about that. You know,
yeah,
if you've got time,
you've
got time to tweak it. It's just it just doesn't seems a little bit too obvious. It seems that you're trying to make something out of what's not there. How much of a script did you have for the entire film?
I had about like 4 or 5 different scenes of it, which was like 3 or so pages of it.
Right, okay. And then you decided, were you going to do the film to start off with?
I was doing it as a trailer originally, but I did it as scenes because it's easier than trying to like jump everything up without actually having it in sight. So I was going to do scenes and probably like move around in it and things. But like I had to miss out 1 or 2 scenes of it because of one of them was at the park area where they couldn't film that day, or loads of kind of things came out of it.
And you said at one stage that your idea changed. Okay, how specifically did it change in terms of the script?
Well, originally the script's supposed to be the friend kind of there comforting her, making it kind of her feel better. But in a sense, it more changed her because I couldn't have the friend in it as much because she couldn't actually be part of it.
Right.
So it was more her kids and trying to work around with her kids to try and make, because of the kids aren't really aware of what's kind of going on in a sense of it. So it's kind of she has to work. She tries to like fake it and things.
Right. Did we see the kids in that? Or
there was one scene of the kids. I didn't really show it. It's at the park bit, which I'm searching at the end of it.
You're still doing that. Yeah. Okay. And were there any issues with filming children?
No, the children didn't really mind that. They were fine with it.
Okay. What about permissions?
I got parental permission from her, and she didn't really mind that as much.
Okay. Good. You said that you did some research into lighting. Yeah. What did you learn about lighting, and how did you apply that to your project?
Lighting things. It was since I was filming outside of things, I kind of looked more into natural lighting things. So I had to try and pretty much plan not to film when it was like raining or things. But sorry, I can't really think about it.
It's okay.
I looked into backlighting and things. I was trying to get like the halo kind of effect because like lighting can make something seem. Lighting from above kind of makes you look down on things. Kind of makes it seem kind of they look down upon. They're seen as kind of downwards. Whereas like under lighting kind of makes it more ominous and things like that.
Right. Okay. You said you had some issues with the audio. How happy are you with the audio at the minute? Or you said you still got some stuff to do at the end of it.
Yeah. Beginning bits mostly audio because it kept corrupting and replacing it with a different audio which I didn't want, which means I had to grab all the audio together for it.
Right.
And I'm about to keep putting it back on there, but so far it's not too bad at the moment.
So what was it with the audio? What is it? Was it an external piece of audio, maybe captured on the Zoom recorder, or was it?
I don't know. It's like I had another bit of audio on the thing, but it kept replacing it with the wrong one. So like I had a different audio saved on there, and it kept replacing audio I had with just that one bit of audio.
Right. Okay. Very strange. Right. That last screen. Okay. Red.
Carnations. I'm probably going to change it a bit in the background with it so it's easy to read and see.
Yeah, it's too busy.
Yeah, I was probably going to change it a bit to the background. So I was probably going to add it more of a blank one with like kind of more red flowers on it and things like that.
Yeah.
Rather than that.
Or a white drop shadow or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's just I can't.
It's too difficult.
I can't work it out. You've got all the swirly writing, but then you've got like a very busy sort of tree behind it.
Might add a shadow behind it, and that's it's easier to read.
Yeah. Okay. All right. One last thing, okay? So, what do you think are the main things that you've learnt through this project?
Main things I've learnt for this project. Well, throughout this project, it's more of the first time I'm actually working with people outside of college. So it's more I've got to plan a lot in advance and pretty much book multiple days, even if they're not. I've got to like start multiple days, even if I'm not going to film it, just to make sure I actually have time with them to do it. Because so far for this one, there was a lot of cancellations, a lot of losing things, a lot of having to try and make updates. And one issue I had as well was of them, they didn't know how difficult it was to make a film. So they kind of thought it'd be easier, it'd take a few hours. So it's more I have to sit down and explain to them everything I need to do and things because they seemed to think it's only going to take a few hours and it's going to be done by then.
Right, okay. Did you do that beforehand or?
I did this later when I actually got there for it, but they thought, it's not going to be that difficult still, and I explained it, so I need to.
So perhaps you just need to explain it a little bit earlier, when they did their personal release forms.
Yeah.
At that stage, get them to understand what they're in for and how much time they need to commit to the project.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll let you get on.